What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Back with another video, a garage tour video, as you guys requested. I saw a comment and I even replied to it. I saw a few of you guys saying that you should do a garage tour, and one of you guys I replied to and I was like, you know what? I'm about to do that. Well, there's a few things that's going on. First of all, in a few days, I'll be going to MotoGP. By the time this video is out, I might be already in MotoGP. Not sure when this video is going to be coming out, but I'm probably going to be filming 1, 2, or even 3 videos today because I'm trying to prep for MotoGP so we can go there and kind of like have a blast and not worry about posting or uploading. So I'm having my video scheduled, everything is ready, just so I don't have to worry about it pretty much over there, because last time we went to Dallas for Texas 2K, it was pretty hectic. Many sleepless nights. If you guys missed those vlogs, go check them out, please. Dallas was crazy for Texas 2K. This time, we're doing Austin, Texas for MotoGP, as I said. So that's something new and exciting. I've never done MotoGP. And I don't really know what to expect, but also I kind of want to continue conquering Texas. We did Dallas last month, and this month we're doing Austin. So that's something excited to look forward to. I'm doing a little bit more of travel vlogging, stuff like that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these type of videos. I know it's like less riding, but still obviously around what I love doing, and that is motorcycles. Later on too, after this, as I said, I'm filming multiple videos today. I will be filming a video on my beautiful Ninja H2, and that video is going to be a 4-year review. Literally the last time when I was installing parts on this, the H2R right here and the Rush in the back, I realized that it's our 4-year anniversary, me and the H2. So I'm doing a 4-year review on the H2 next up, coming up. So drop a like, subscribe, and stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Garage tour, as you guys know, the last time I did it was when I had a full garage. I could barely even walk here. Now the good news is I can walk, but the sad news is 2 bikes are gone. I've made videos about them, obviously. If you don't know, we got to make some room. There's reasons why I pretty much got rid of these 2 bikes. The plans have changed. I don't know what's going on, to be honest yet. I wanted to do something big, but it's kind of not working out, so I'm not sure what is going on. I want it to be a big surprise for you guys, but kind of like not forcing it, and I'm kind of going with the flow, because if it's not lining up, it's almost like the universe telling me like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this yet. At some point, hopefully that will happen, but we're not sure yet. If you guys notice, we have my Fireblade. We have the Ninja H2 right here. We have the M1000 R right here. We have my beautiful Rush. The Rush got a little more updates. As you guys know, this bike is filled with golden titanium stuff. And we added a few more right here on this side that you guys can kind of see right here. But also we added another huge titanium stuff, which are right here for the rotors. Those are pretty pricey, and they look pretty wild with this aftermarket rotor. This is actually through MV, but it is not the stock one. The stock one looks something like this. The M1000 also has the blue titanium ones, which you can see a little bit better on this side right here. So we did gold on the Rush, obviously, to match the aesthetic. But yeah, so we got the Rush. We have my R1M, which I might ride as one of the videos before we leave, because I do miss riding this bike. It's the OG and I do love it, so we might be riding this. I really want to do a ride on the H2R, but I don't know what to do with it. This bike, as we all know, is not like a bike that you just daily all the time. You know, it's a crazy bike. It's a track bike technically. It has no fans, and I know some of you guys, I teased last time, bought a huge upgrade, probably the biggest upgrade for this bike yet, probably for the life of it, that is coming. Huge upgrade. A lot of you guys are commenting fans, so no, it is not fans. I don't think that's that big of an upgrade. It's just an upgrade that, like, you know, helps me ride this bike more, and actually for meets, because the main thing with this bike, why it can't be daily, because the engine actually needs a rebuild like every about, I believe, 10 or 15 hours of operation of this thing. So yeah, it's not a bike that you should be dailying. And it's also, as we said, kind of overkill with 330 horsepower. Excuse my voice. I am still sick, feeling a little bit better, but I don't know, man. It's Texas. Last time when we did that whole Texas, and I think I slept a total of maybe 10 hours in a whole week. And in the end of it, I slept like an hour in 4 days. So that kind of caught up to me. And when I came back, I was grinding, trying to make videos for you guys. So all that caught up to me, and I've been sick for about a week, which is very rare for me. I usually get sick for a day or 2 and I heal, but I've been dying, so excuse me if I sound weird. Last but not least, right now we have my beautiful Most expensive piece in the garage, my V4R full carbon fiber. If you guys don't know, even the red right here is carbon fiber, and it has been painted, so it keeps that kind of like Ducati look. But as you guys can see, this bike is absolutely beautiful. Pride possession right here because of all the work I've done to it, and this is coming close right now with everything that I'm doing to it. But I don't think anything will ever be as custom as this, even though this is not even done yet. I still need a lot more work to do to this, but the stuff that I'm doing are kind of like more like details. So I'm like, do I wanna take this thing apart? Because there's so many aftermarket parts here, and aftermarket parts, if you guys don't know, it's a little bit harder for it to kind of mesh together and fit together. So taking this thing apart, putting it back together is a little stressful. That's why I'm like, unless it's a part that is really, really worth it, such as forks and stuff like that, then yeah, I'm 50-50 about them. But eventually I kind of want to get this bike completely like 100%. Right now it's at, I want to say like 98% maybe. It could use some more, and then it's already my $100,000 V4R. It's gonna be even more when I'm done with it, a lot more, because forks alone are, I believe, like could be around $4,000 or $5,000. So as I said, not as many custom pieces as the V4R, but we do have a huge upgrade that is coming very soon for this thing, and that is probably going to be my second build that I've done like more stuff to. Actually, I don't know if I can say that, because this bike did come with a full tie system. It already came with a lot of stuff. I just added carbon, titanium, and you know, adjustments and little stuff here and there. The Rush got a lot of custom work because a lot of the parts, such as, if you guys don't know, I ride all my bikes GP shift, and for this bike we had to flip this module upside down. So this is supposed to be facing down like this, but we had to flip it up. And if we do, then as you guys can see, there's a carbon cover right here, which I was told, I think this is like $1,200 or $1,500 for just this carbon cover. And we had to cut it right here, as you guys can see, so this thing can fit. If I didn't cut it, then this would hit. I literally had to trim this. There's a bunch of like custom work on this thing. Like a lot of parts actually are through MV Agusta. This is actually where the mirror extended from, and it was welded onto here. So we literally cut this thing, kind of cleaned it up and got rid of that ugly circular mirror, which I really hated. And we added these beautiful Rizoma Stealths, which currently using them as wings just because it looks a lot cleaner this way. Also matching, you know, the winglets right here. So, you know, wing up there, wing down here, instead of using the mirrors, since I don't ride this thing as often and I don't commute with it that much. So we'll keep it looking clean instead. So yeah, I was talking about my craziest builds. This one definitely so far still takes the cake as my craziest build and most expensive. Following it, if I'm calculating the price of the bike, then obviously it would be the H2R. When this is done, this is probably going to be around an $85,000 to a $90,000 build. Eventually, we'll make it also $100,000 bid, so the HR is going to be $100,000. This is over 100 too, but we'll average it out as 100. And following that, if we're calculating the price of the bikes, it's probably going to be these two, because the M1000RR is already a $40,000 bike, and I've put a ton of money in carbon fiber and titanium and stuff like that. This bike is also very, very custom. And yeah, she's been through a lot of upgrades, and this is also, I think, power wise is the most modified thanks to BT Moto. This bike actually has more work done that is for performance than any of the other bikes. Obviously it doesn't make as much power as the R's over here. This bike is a sleeper. It's insanely fast because of that K666 engine that is on the M1000RR. Also, please don't confuse this with the S. I know a lot of people confuse the M1000RR with the S1000RR. This is a different engine, titanium internals. It rides very different. It has, like, as I say, the S1000RR is very numb. This one definitely has a lot more character and it rides a lot nicer. So I absolutely love this bike, and it's been a while since I rode it, so I definitely want to ride it. I was saying that this bike has a lot of work done, such as the relocated IT sensor, which is right here. You can kind of, possibly, maybe, it might be too dark for you, but there's literally a little thing right there that is peaking, and that is the IT sensor. So it got relocated thanks to BT Moto, and it has a velocity stacks, breather, blah, 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 tune, all the goodies. So this bike has had a decent amount of work done to it. Pretty fast bike, yet super comfortable. A lot of custom carbon fiber pieces and titanium. This bike probably has the most titanium out of all of my bikes. Like, pretty much anywhere you look, it's going to be filled and decked out with titanium and carbon fiber. Beautiful full system here on it. SC, nothing sounds better than this. As you guys can see, literally carbon fiber all around. and I did really want to do a full carbon fiber build on this thing, but I feel like the white and the livery is what made me fall in love with it when this thing first came out, because I wasn't a huge fan of the BMWs in general until this got kind of revealed and they were like, this is the new M1000RR, and I was obsessed. That was the first time when they added the wings and this kind of livery that I forgot who, but somebody told me that it looks like toothpaste. And thanks for ruining the livery for me, but they're also kind of true. So this toothpaste livery with the wings just kind of like finished the bike up, and I was like, I need to own this at some point. And best looking BMW made to the date, in my opinion. Next up, we have my OG, my Ninja H2, the first bike in this entire collection. She's been amazing. This bike has been through ups and downs, to be honest. Poor thing. This tank has been dented, and that's why there's a carbon cover on it. Eventually, if I can find the flat chrome. What's up, guys? Because this is the first year H2. This is a 2015 H2. So if I can find a flat chrome tank like this one for a fair price, then I will get this from Kawasaki. It was on back order at the time, so I might replace the tank. But honestly, I kind of got used to the carbon cover, so I don't mind it as much now. But eventually, I would like to clean it up again and just get a new clean tank. But yeah, this thing pretty much tipped over thanks to the aftermarket kickstand. So this bike is lowered, that's why it does have that aftermarket kickstand, by the way, because that's when I was all about roll racing and, you know, all that stuff. That's why it also has the Brox strap kit right here, and I have the straps, but I've just taken them off. But yeah, if I want to, I can strap the forks, and this bike is lowered and everything. So yeah, not stretched. I do not like stretching my bikes, if you guys can't tell, and I know some of you guys are like, oh, stretch and blah blah blah. I don't like it. Unless I have a very purposely built drag bike, then I would consider it. But even then, I don't want to do too much. I just think it ruins it. I wouldn't mind. I do like the H2's single side extended swing arms, especially if I do it like in a color matching to the frame, or if I get like even a silver one and do a color match. Those don't look too bad if I do a 6 to an 8 inch swing arm, so it's not too much. But yeah, other than that, I'm not really a fan. Actually, I don't think 8. 6 is probably the furthest I'd go. 6 inches is more than enough. Right, boys? All right, and then after the H2, we have the second one in this fleet ever since I got it, which was the R1M. If you guys don't know, I absolutely love this bike. It's an iconic bike. So this bike I love is not going to go away or anything like that. So she's a staple. She's a good one. Probably the most reliable bike here, I want to say. I don't want to jinx it, but I do love the R1M and I do want to ride it. I mean, I want to ride this. I want to ride this. I am going to ride this later today, and I want to ride this as well before I end up leaving, because I did ride the Ducati and I did ride the Fireblade. And yeah, last bike in the collection right now is the Fireblade Triple RSP. I absolutely love this bike. It's one of these bikes that I never thought I would own a Honda, but when I did get this bike, pretty obsessed with it, to be honest. It was very underrated. I compare it to my M1000RR. That's how great of a bike this is, even though it's $10,000 cheaper than the M1000RR. So this bike is a sleeper, amazing bike. I absolutely love it. I did tell you guys last time when I rode it, I was like, let me know down in the comments below. I'm either going to do a full insane carbon body kit that is a race kit similar to Steve's V4 right there, which I'll show you guys in a second, or we can do a lot of clean carbon fiber pieces and make this bike stick with the same colors but a little bit less red. So we'll do a lot of forged carbon fiber instead and keep kind of like most of the color scheme. But like, let's say for example, I'll do the front fender, rear fender, all the plastics, the frame cover. I might even do the entire front face in forged carbon and maybe add the lines later. So we either go bougie and do forged carbon, or we don't do that and we go full race mode, make this my track bike, because it is an amazing track bike. And I feel like I would love this as a track bike, even though I don't go often because there's no tracks nearby anymore. The closest tracks are like 4 hours away, so it's kind of a mission. But I think this track build would be perfect for this bike, to be honest. I would love this bike on the track. And I think that's what this is built for. Like, out of all my track bikes, I think I would choose this or possibly the R1M. I say the R1M just because I'm used to it, because I've taken this bike to the track the most. But I think I would love this too. The M1000 obviously is an absolute track weapon, but I don't know, something about this is just different. You know, the M1000 does everything right and all that, but this would be just so much fun and a blast, and I already know it. So possibly make this my track bike. As I said, if I do make this my dedicated track bike, it will get pretty much that exact same kit right here, which you guys can see is like a completely different carbon fiber weave. It's a very, very thick and noticeable weave. It's different than the regular twill, which is a lot smaller. This you can tell from like a mile away that this is carbon fiber, and you're like, whoa. So imagine seeing it in the sun, since you guys are not seeing it here that well. And it's something different. That's why I want to do either the thick weave, the race weave carbon fiber, or forged carbon, because I do have the twill on the H2, the M1000 R1M, and on my H2R, and on the Ducati and the Rush, we have the plain weave carbon fiber, which is the original checkered weave, as you guys can see. Yeah, the only bike that has forged carbon is the V4R. As you guys know, I have the forged carbon wheels, and it does have little touch-ups everywhere, such as these lever guards are forged carbon, mirror block offs, and the tail tidy is forged carbon too. So this is the only bike that has a few forged carbon touches just to match those beautiful forged carbon wheels. So now that I showed you guys all the bikes, talked a little bit about them. These are my current bikes. These are the current bikes in the collection. This is the updated garage tour. Talking about the garage, I think the garage is a little bit messy right now, but it's a lot better since I have 2 less bikes and it's organized this way. Mentally, I feel a lot better because I can ride any of these bikes now, because as you guys see, the way I organized it, I can just take this one out, take this one out, take that one out. It doesn't matter, I can pull anyone out without having to move all these other bikes, and it's just stressful. And that's kind of how this got dropped. I was moving bikes around and I put this one outside and it kind of just tipped over. Mistakes were made and lessons were learned. I do want to get some flooring since I can't move for like probably another, till the end of the year pretty much, if we do move. Ideally I would like to, but as I said, life is pretty expensive where I live, so maybe 50-50, yes, maybe no. And I do like the area that I live in, so I do want to get flooring, kind of like just black cubes that you put kind of next to each other, and it'll kind of clean up the garage, I think, if the flooring was black with my new lights that I can add even more of. And I think the lighting would be pretty sick over here if I do that. Getting a thumbnail for the video. Hopefully that's good enough of a thumbnail. I will probably make another video about the future of the garage, what else I'm getting. I might be switching one more bike too, might be selling it for another crazy bike. But there is, long story short, there's 3 bikes that I might make a video about in the future, telling you guys about them a little bit more to see which one you guys would prefer the most. But I have my eyes on my next bike, but there's also 2 other bikes that I'm looking at, so 3 bikes in total that I want. Let's say those bikes are kind of like the H2R, where they are very, very rare and hard to get. So it's not a thing that I'm like, a lot of these bikes are still rare, but you can still come across them or like search for them. The other bikes that I'm looking for are pretty hard to find. And if I do find one, like obviously I want a good deal, a clean one. So yeah, whichever kind of one out of these 3 comes up first, that's the one that I'll be getting. But there's one specifically that I do really want to get, and I have all 3 brands already in the garage. So that's the only spoiler I'm going to give you guys. Yeah, it will be pretty crazy to have those bikes with the current bikes that I have right now in here. Yeah, if I did replace that one bike, it would be the Fireblade, just because the other bike that I want, long story short, the person that might sell it is interested in a Fireblade, so we might do a deal where I give him my Fireblade as like partial payment of that crazy bike and I get that bike. So that's an option. I don't want to get rid of the Fireblade. I love the Fireblade. Ideally, I wouldn't have even gotten rid of my Aprilia. I will make maybe another video talking about why I sold the Aprilia in the first place. As I said, it was to fund a big project, first of all, and second of all, honestly, as I said, it was too much room. I think I kind of overdid it in this garage. So if we get more bikes, I might get just one more bike in this garage until I move and get a bigger garage. So that's the plan, because having 9 bikes here, now we're down to 7. Technically, we still have the KTM. It's for sale on Molly Motorsports. So if you're interested, go check that out, please. If I come across a really good deal, I will get that one bike that I'm thinking about, because that will be okay in here in the garage. But 2 more back to 9 was too hectic in a tiny ass garage like this one. So pretty much if I want the other 3 bikes, I will have 10 bikes total. And I think that's already too much because it's so much in maintenance, and you know, some bikes get neglected, which is unfair. But that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this garage tour update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know what you guys think. There's a lot that I talked about, so talk to me in the comments down below. I will be checking out the comments. I like checking out the comments, especially when it's garage videos like this, because I feel like I'm just kind of talking to you guys. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like, subscribe, stay tuned. I'm gonna go ride the H2 right now and film my 4-year anniversary with this. So peace out, ride safe.